Hi everyone, well, fresh off my review of this Hard Truth Sweet Mash Bourbon 90 proof that I really liked, I actually thought about it and I'm like, do I have any other bottles in my bar that are sweet mash as opposed to sour mash? And it came to me that I do, right here, which is kind of nearing the end, this Peerless Small Batch, which is a sweet mash process. Also now, sour mash is a lot more common as far as I know than sweet mash. And just really quickly, sweet mash is where there is no backset. You use all fresh ingredients for the next batch, whereas sour mash uses some backset or some of the leftover mash from the previous batch. So sour mash, sour mash are using some old components of the previous batch, whereas sweet mash is all fresh and new, and they're not using any backset. So these two have that in common. They also have in common that they're non-chill filtered, and they're also quote-unquote small batch, which is kind of a loose term. They're not really the same proof. The Hard Truth is 90 proof. This is 108.9 proof, technically barrel proof. It's a relatively low barrel proof. But I'm going to do this as a blind. I think the proof difference is you have 18 proof points. So it's not really going to be that I can't pick it out. I just kind of want to see how they taste blind, because it's not that common as opposed to the other way around, where you're going to have two sweet mashes at the same time, non-chill filtered, and the mash bills aren't probably that far off. The Hard Truth, I know, is 73 corn, 19 rye, 73 corn, 19 rye, 8 malted barley. This one gives ranges, but it kind of overlaps, and it probably isn't that far off. They say this is a 65 to 81% corn, so 73, probably somewhere in the middle. They say 10 to 20 rye, the other one 19, so it's probably not that far off. And malted barley is like 9 to 15. So the mash bills aren't that far off, and they're also aged 4 years, so, at least 4 years. So there's a lot more in common than it might seem. So I'm going to pour these up, and I'm going to mix them up, and we're going to do a blind. Okay, so we have these poured up, mixed up, have no idea which is which. I'm not going to look at the color. I'm just going to look straight ahead. So let's start with nosing them. Because I know the Peerless profile, I don't want to say like it's like a bourbon you would have with a cigar, but it's a lot closer to that than some others. It's not like the proof isn't jumping out of one. I'm getting a little more cigar out of this one. A little more of that type of profile, a little less here, but let's do the all-important taste. Cheers. Cheers. I'll do this once more. All right. I think I can tell them apart just based on, I know there's more proof here and there's a little different profile. I think this is the Hard Truth, and I think this is Peerless. Hard Truth, Peerless. Okay. I'm not quite sure in terms of which I prefer. I kind of like, this is, and it's not because it's sweet mash. They both sweet mash, but this the Hard Truth. Let's put them in the right order now with the corresponding bottles. This is a little sweeter, I think, than this. I think this gives more of that, I don't know, tobacco notes or something like that. And this is a little sweeter. Again, it's not sweet mash. They're both sweet mash. But now with that said, so they could be picked out, but I'd like to just kind of see Hard Truth. This is really close. I mean, in this particular one, I might go with the Peerless just ever so slightly. Now, everyone's telling me I got to try the Hard Truth Rye. When I go back up to North Jersey on Thursday, hopefully it's still there in Bottle King in Ramsey, New Jersey, and I will get it. These are both really good. So maybe the extra proof on this maybe just a little bit more of this, just a little bit more maybe oomph than this one, a little bit more of this 18 proof points. So it's not a fair comparison from proof, but it is a comparison I wanted to do because they both have similar process. Sweet mash, non-chill filtered, similar age. I don't think the mash bills are that far off. So for this one, I think Peerless edges it out, but these are really good pours, and I really want to get more into this. And while now another entry into New Jersey, at least at one store, want to get more of these. Cheers. Take care.